Thank you. Good afternoon and welcome to yet another exciting day for the town of Adams in the Greylock Glen project. I am John Duvall, Chair of the Board of Selectmen. I am joined here today by fellow board members. We have our Vice Chair, Christine Hoyt, and we have Howard Rosenberg. Missing is Joe Novak and Rick Blanchard.
Gained a great advocate with the Congressman, and today we're here to celebrate that. We know why we're here, Greylock Glen, but there's 2 points I want to talk about Greylock Glen. The Congressman not only was an advocate for us for $1 million earmarked for the outdoor center building itself, which you see here, the front elevation and the interior picture, but we put this picture up over here, the entire project, because we don't want to lose sight that this is a multi-phase project. And the funding that came through the Economic Development Assistance Grant Program through the Department of Commerce, that water system work will provide all of the water system for the balance of the development.
And you have to have the local community, so the select board members, they get a pat on the back as well for their advocacy and their persistence in staying with it. Now, unlike most members of Congress, I come from local government. Mayor Lane, city councilor for 6 years, president of the city council, mayor of Springfield for 5 years. I understand the hurdles you face at the local level. But on this day, with a $1 million additional earmark that came from Washington, came from, again, my request in terms of public expenditure, the understanding that Congress decides spending. And that's the reason that Congress is mentioned first in Article 1 of the Constitution. And I submit that to you because the requests for spending on initiatives like this overwhelmingly come from local government, hospitals, and universities and colleges.
You used your position to benefit a community that's been tucked away in the northwestern part of Massachusetts that finally is going to have their day in the sun because of this effort. And because of this water system that's going to be created, it's going to mean the additional buildings that are going to be there. And of course, it's going to also mean that the skiing can happen rather quickly with the cross-country skiing. We know what climate change has done to snow in our winters around here that we don't have any longer. But I also see this and envision this is something that the next generation is going to have to deal with, and that's dealing with their environment. And I picture this as being an environmental center that's going to bring people from all over New England to here in conjunction with our colleges, Williams College, which is a strong supporter of this project, for their students, and of course MCLA. So I'm just glad that I had a little bit to do with it. I burnt every bridge like I always have. Everybody said, what are you going to do after you're mayor? I says, I can't get a job anyplace. Now I don't have to worry about it. But I'll say this much, that this has been a trip of personal satisfaction for me, because I'll never forget when we started out on this. It'll never happen. It'll never happen. Well, folks, it happened, and it's going to happen even more. And the town of Adams and the Northern Berkshire area should be proud of it. And Congressman Neal, you've always been a good friend, and you delivered once again. And I can never say enough good things about you. And you'll be I have a chapter in my book when I